Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a new castle game. Today we have, in the bottom right spawning as the blue Zerg, Mr. Impact, playing for Team LP. Against on the left side another Protoss barcode, this time it's Mr. Creator, who I believe used to play at least for Team Jinnar. I'm not sure if he still plays for Jinnar Green Wings, but fantastic Protoss player, been around for a very long time. Came up in I want to say early 2011, 2012. Might have won the Korean qualifier for what used to be BlizzCon, basically. I think he won maybe $50,000 with that. I think he was 15 or 16 back then, one of the best Protoss players. We haven't seen him for a very long time in Hotzi. He was struggling. Start of Legacy of the Void, he was struggling. He's always there, but he's not really the top contender that he once was, or that he used to be years ago. And hopefully he can make a little bit of a comeback perhaps this year, as everyone has a little more time on their hands, staying at home and all that. So, Creator is it on the new map, Golden Wall. Now, of course, some features of this map is the mineral wall in the middle, with individual, well, 5 minerals mined. So with 2 drones you can open up this major area, which can otherwise only be opened by mining these mineral patches, which are 20 minerals each. So that means 8 trips in total with your worker. They can take this either as your 3rd base or your 4th base. There's a gold base, which could be potentially taken as a 3rd or 4th as well. So it's a map that has very many options in the early phases of the game already. It's a very dynamic map, plays out very different. Also means, of course, that this area is difficult to reach for Protoss from their main base. Means that something like Swarmos Nidus could be very powerful as well. So something to pay attention to. We haven't seen it a whole lot yet, but it's definitely something that Protoss players should keep in mind. Now if we look at the openings, we see the standard Korean Zerg opener, which means very fast 3-hatch before they build their queens. Most Europeans prefer taking double queen and then take their 3rd hatch at around 2:30, and most Koreans prefer to do it this way. All the Europeans say that this is way worse, and well, I don't speak with as many Koreans, so not quite sure why they like it so much, but they seem to prefer this one by quite a bit. Single drone mining some gas, trying to get at 100 gas, of course ready for the circling speed. On the other hand, we have the first adept coming across the map here for Creator. He's just gonna try to scout with it, right? He wants to figure out, hey, what's happening over here? How many drones are there at the natural? Is there a 3rd base? Maybe he can even spot a layer with this. See how many links are in the main base. Does cancel itself 4 links. Did he spot the 3rd base? Already saw there is a 4th base. He will shade in one more time, trying to get that layer. He wants to see, hey, is this a link speed into a layer? Because then it could be a very fast Nidus or maybe something else, which, you know, you want to be aware of. Second adept is joining up as well as the initial Phoenix comes out of the Stargate. Oracle gets built straight after. Double adept tries to take down the creep tumor and shades away as actually impact speed is very far away, but 334, 335 usually is the timing at which speed finishes. So very safe play here by Creator, who's like, you know what, I'm not quite sure when speed finishes, but this is the usual timing, so I better go back home. That's exactly what he does. Uses his Phoenix to scout around his base, look for any overlords. Maybe spot for something else as well, but of course mainly overlords, and then most likely will use this Phoenix to lift the queen in combination with this Oracle, try and target down a couple of drones. If there's only a single queen in the base, it usually means you can get 2 or 3 workers down. If there's 2 queens, most of the time you don't even get a single worker. So here comes Creator with the world famous move, lifts the queen. 1, oh, only gets a single one, so good drone pool here by Impact. Only loses a single drone. Is there any extra oracles on the way? No. We see Phoenixes on the way instead, so that's slightly different. Double Stargate as well. So this is an old build. This build has been around for quite some time. Was very, very popular in the past 2 years. Of course, you get very quick air dominance. It's difficult to scout for the Zerg player as well. One of the clues is that the third base is delayed by a little bit. Usually gets built around 4:20, 4:30. This time gets built around 5 minutes, but that could also be because it's an Archon drop. There's a couple of adepts on the map, of course. So all of these things could potentially delay a third base, but this time it will be double Stargate. And Impact actually is playing something very nice against this. +1 links are very good against double Stargate, because it's sometimes difficult for Protoss to hold their base. They don't have a lot of ground units, they only have a single Oracle as opposed to the usual 2-3 Oracles, so keeping yourself safe from these +1 links could be difficult. On top of that, we usually see a good amount of queens with this kind of build. We see 5 already and a good drone count. Double spores are out. Well, lots of spores actually out already, so Impact is aware that it is double Stargate Phoenix, and we'll see if Creator will be able to get any kind of damage down here. No queens at this third base, but double spores. 1 Overlord does go down and 2 more workers fall as well. So, no, actually only 1 more worker. 1 worker already went down earlier, of course. A little bit of a Baneling bust here, attempted by Impact, but I mean, gets spotted by Creator. Creator has been around long enough at this point. He knows how it works. You know, he's like, alright, gonna try morphing in some Banes. That's fine, I have an Oracle at home. I can force field, has a battery as well. Impact is not quite done yet though. Produces 10 more links, 9 new Banelings as well. And these two should hit together in combination with the +1 melee attacks. Might actually be able to do a little bit here. Let's see how quickly Creator reacts here. Oh, immediately turns on his Oracle, pulls away the workers, splits them up a little bit actually. Oh, a lot of workers go down there. 9 workers against 9 Banes. Of course, that's not a cost-efficient trade directly for Impact, but it's not bad because it's a bit of a snowball effect, right? You're not just killing the 50 minerals that a worker costs, but also the potential minerals they could have mined during the period where now there won't be any workers, and a lot of workers are damaged as well here. A couple of workers might be able to go down very fast against these +1 links. Impact sharking around for an opportunity, and so is Creator with these Phoenixes, but the moment there's this many links on the map, it becomes a lot harder to control these Phoenixes because you need to pay such close attention to your third phase. Like, there's only 6 units together with an Oracle, there is a battery with a little bit of energy, so when you're controlling this part of your army, you're not really controlling the other part of your army, which is also very important, of course. You might not be ready against any Baneling RUNBYS, so that's why the double Stargate is a very difficult build to play sometimes. Now we do see a double Robo follow-up here. There's 2 real follow-ups here for Creator, as for Banelings decide to wobble, well, at this point roll over into the mineral lines. Bad force field gets played by, oh my god. Oh, no, Links running as well, and this is a lot of workers. This is what I was talking about, like, you need to be paying attention constantly. At the moment you don't pay attention for a second against this style, you're just gonna lose. Bam, 11, bam, 9. Bam, 5 workers, just like that. 22 workers have gone down already, while actually Creator is the person that needs to do damage with these Phoenixes, and he only killed a bunch of workers, like not quite 22, he killed 5. Does manage to pick up a queen here. What I was saying before is that there's 2 real transitions here for Creator, usually out of double Stargate Phoenix. One is the double Robo, which is what he's playing, and the other is a very fast Forged Twilight. And in that case you can really do a big Zealot Archon push, with fast Prism, lots of gateways. He didn't go for that this game, but those are really the 2 main difference of follow-ups that you can have as Protoss player. Of course, Impact is aware that it's double Robo right now, will be heading into Hydra Bane himself. +2 Banes are almost done, although +2 melee attacks is almost done, which will allow for +2 Banes, which, if you're not aware, +2 Banes can of course one-shot probes. So very, very dangerous for Creator. No gases here yet, which most likely means an attack. Usually if Protoss stays on 4 gas, it means they want to be attacking as soon as possible. As we see 2 Archons heading into the main base together with the 4 remaining Phoenixes. A lot of Phoenixes went down already. 4 Phoenixes went down. Yeah. Unit lost have still in favor of Creator, but it doesn't mean that much if the main thing that went down for Creator is workers. It's still very dangerous. Good warp in here. Impact doesn't really seem ready for this at all. Does have a gold base, so it's mining a lot, loses a couple of workers, and here come the Banelings for the cleanup. Archon should be able to get picked up into this prison. Very sloppy play here, but out of Creator, who almost loses his prism. That was Playing with fire right there. Does manage to take out this gold base though at the same time, so... But doesn't quite deal as much damage as he needs to. Also loses 12 workers, which both me and Creator missed, apparently. Goes down to 52 workers against 74, and it's nice that Creator killed this 5th base, but he's still down a complete base. He's only now taking these gases. His army consists of mainly Immortal Sentry, which isn't quite what you want against Banelings. You want Archons or Storm. And he really has neither. Impact is pushing forward very quickly. Hydras are moving forward. These Banelings have a very good upgrade. As the Prism goes down, it feels like the chances of Creator actually winning this game. Oh, actually, Prism stays alive. And somehow Impact managed to get pushed back. Very surprising, actually. I really thought Impact with his +2, with his big Hydra count, would be able to just kind of stomp over Creator, but somehow Creator managed to keep getting good fights. I'm not quite sure how he does it. Gonna have to send him a quick email after I'm done with this, but very good fights with a very poor army, really. Like this is not an army that I'd be proud to have, you know. It's a couple of Immortals and 3 Archons. We're at the 11. I mean, we're at the 11-minute mark. You kind of want him to have a little more here, you know. A couple of Banelings morphing in on the other side as well. Actually, double Baneling RUNBYS coming in here. These will be going into the natural. There is no unit in the wall right now. Let's see if Creator will be fast enough to respond. Yes, there's warp in a Zealot and a Sentry. On the other hand, we have these Phoenixes should be able to pick up these Banelings. Yes, absolutely. Job well done. And here comes the next push. Impact is not done yet. It's like, alright, I know where your army is. I'm gonna attack straight into it. Walks up a ramp. Forgets the A move. Hydras just move commanding into Immortals. Does not seem to really be an issue though, as pretty decent fight to start off here for Impact. There's still very high supply for Creator as well, who's picking up a lot of Hydras. 2 Archons that were at the 3rd base earlier to deal with RUNBYS, now joining with the main army as well. Creator actually has a pretty decent force. The problem for Creator here is that his upgrades are so poor. He doesn't have Storm and he doesn't have a Prism with his army either right now, which means reinforcing might be hard if he decides to move across the map. Impact might have pushed his luck a little bit too far though. He's been ahead all game. I mean, he killed 34 workers throughout the game. Still at +2 against +1. But if Creator actually managed to set up this base, he might be in a pretty fine position. Of course, these are the gold minerals, give extra income for less probes, and Creator really needs this as he only has 61 workers. Two Zealots starting the journey of a lifetime. See if they'll ever reach it. Imagine being a Zealot walking this long, only to get welcomed usually by a pack of Banelings or wild Zerglings. You and the boys just walking in vision, over creep. Actually, that's not a lot of links, is it? I don't think so. I think he's gonna need a couple more links. So these 2 boys might be able to do some damage. On the other hand, we have once again Banelings rolling in. 9 workers go down to 59. Drones get pulled, and they tried so hard they got so far, but 2 drone kills for 2 Zealots. I mean, it's not quite what you want, of course. Storm is starting now, so is +2. So I feel like if Creator just takes a good defensive fight next, waits for these 2 upgrades to finish, might actually have a decent chance in this game, which is weird because he's been losing so many workers. It feels just like the fights that Impact has been taking have been so inefficient, and yeah, it's a little bit sad. Oh, here comes another Baneling run by, but plenty of cannons here. I mean, Creator isn't gonna keep falling for the same trick over and over, right? Like, Impact has attacked this base with Baneling RUNBYS 5 or 6 times now, and Creator's like, alright, I have 3 cannons, I have a couple of Zealots there. That should do the trick. As Impact once again for the quadzillion time decides to go in with 6 Banelings. Actually, there's only 2 cannons remaining right now. There's no Archons. And he still gets dealt with fine. Loses a couple of workers. But it's not the biggest deal. It was a bunch of Banelings as well. And here come the next wave. I would love for Creator just to put 1 or 2 Archons here to deal with this, you know, forever, basically. It's the fix, my friend. 2 more Zealots having a little party with these drones here. Impact decides to move his complete army back to deal with 2 zealots. I'm not quite sure about that decision, as the timer for Impact to do damage really is running out. +2 is almost done right now. There's a couple of Templar on the map already. All of them have Storm, and every fight so far, even without Storm, has been pretty poor for Impact. So with Storm and +2, I can only imagine how it will go. Big engagement going down right now. A lot of the army for Creator just absolutely idling. 4 Immortals not fighting. Bunch of Zealots joining there as well right now. Ooh, Creator just moving forward, and Impact's army is so small right now. Has a couple of Banelings remaining. How many Immortals? It's 8 Immortals, 5 Archons against just these 16 Hydras. Ooh, Impact. It's such a weird game. I have absolutely no clue how this happened. 50 workers went down for Creator, and he's constantly been below 60 workers, but somehow every fight he takes is just an absolute home run. He just keeps winning. I have no clue how he does it. 5th base under attack, or 6th base under attack actually. As we have a couple of links running into a cannon right here. Is there any more Baneling RUNBYS set up on the map? Yes, 3 more Banelings being morphed in, but Creator isn't crazy. He knows. He's seen this so many times already. Still nothing here for a permanent defense, but a big Zealot RUNBY heading into that. Well, I guess that was the 4th base initially, as he's pushing into the 5th as well. So a little bit of a double-pronged attack here. Let's see how Impact will deal with it. Yes, the boys get met by a bunch of Banelings and die very, very swiftly. How many Banelings is there on the map? There's 13 Banelings on the map. There is not a single Storm actually, which makes this, well, it's not quite dangerous. I mean, this is a powerful army, 6 Archons, 9 Immortals. Even without Storm, this most likely will be able to clean up whatever it is that Impact has. As we see, Impact has way more workers, but still less supply, which must mean that his army supply is a lot smaller. 2 Storms are ready here. Big engagement here by Impact though, who will be going for a massive surround. How many Banelings are there remaining? 9 Banelings remaining. Where are they coming from? They're here in the top. There's a bunch of Zealots being warped in right now, and the Banelings need to deal with that, but yeah, there's just not enough for Impact, and Creator takes this game. Another fantastic game that we got here live on the Hearthstone Cast channel. Well, not quite live. Recorded on the Hearthstone Cast channel. So if you did enjoy that, feel free to subscribe. If you didn't enjoy that, feel free to tell me in the comments why you hated it, and I'll be sure to read it and put it on my wall. These things give me inspiration. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and bye bye. See y'all next time.